Yes,
Griselda.
read my hat. Read my hat. Read my hat.
Griselda.
No, my hat does not say Griselda. I want everybody to read my hat because this is really going to be a lot of what I talk about today. Just know that.
He's 100% right, by the way.
100% right, and you'll see exactly why once we come right bike.
Let's do it.
Yo, this shit OP.
Yo. I hope you saw my message, by the way. Welcome to the show again. This is Unbounded. I'm your host, as always, Mr. Truth Teller, Free Breon. Long man, I got my boy Eyes. What's going on, dog?
I'm straight. I'm manifesting a second loss for Alabama. I don't think they're good. They don't deserve to be in the playoff. Okay, let me rephrase.
What's their score right now?
It's 42 to 28. But let me clarify. I don't think they're not going to lose to Arkansas. I'm saying they still have Auburn, and then they're probably going to be in the national title game. And I don't think anybody, the SEC championship game, I don't think anybody's touching Georgia. Georgia just committed necrophilia today.
You talking about them? Let's talk about Ohio State.
Well, Georgia and Ohio State committed necrophilia. Also, Barcelona won. They won today. But
no, that score was 49 zap at halftime.
It is 40. By the way, Cincinnati, for everybody still thinking Cincinnati doesn't get style points, Cincinnati is up 48-7 right now in the fourth quarter.
Oh yeah, I saw that when I was getting ready to turn onto the what was the black one? What's up?
The biggest thing people are saying about Cincinnati is they're not winning. Is you got to win with style. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you got to blow teams out. And it was like, I mean,
well, they're blowing teams out now.
Yeah, like, is this what you wanted?
But yeah, I saw that score when I was turning on to this fight night.
Let me find the other score. Georgia won 56-7. Ohio State also won 56-7. Clemson beat Wake Forest ain't shit. Clemson beat Wake Forest 48-27. Wake Forest is ranked, by the way. They're ranked number 10.
Periscope going crazy.
What's going on Periscope? Are we on Periscope?
Well, it's not Periscope, but the Twitter Live.
Oh, wow.
Let me do some tagging on that. Yeah, I'm going to tag y'all too. It ain't got nothing to do with y'all, but I'm tagging y'all.
Oklahoma won today. Oklahoma State plays later tonight. People are sleeping on it. People are forgetting Oregon exists, and I'm guilty of it. I keep forgetting Oregon's out there. Not because, like, they're not good, but because, like, they've been, like, quietly
No, that's where, where's Chip at?
UCLA.
Okay. How is UCLA doing nowadays?
UCLA was playing USC today.
We'll probably lose that game.
UCF is beating up on UConn, even though UConn's trash. UCLA is beating USC 42-26.
Told you.
Wow.
Might as well go ahead and get into this.
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right, so
let's get this shit.
I've been avoiding this conversation.
He really
the entire time this entire case has been going on.
He really has.
I like Isaac was. We come up here within our first few minutes of talking about it, and we were like, "Nah."
Like, do we really want to do this?
Nah. But the more I see takes, the more I just can't help myself. I don't know if you've been seeing some of the comments I've been making on Twitter, some of the posts that I've been liking. I've been making some very slight comments. Matter of fact, so after the verdict was released yesterday, I was at work.
Which surprised absolutely nobody. Well, it didn't
Nobody,
surprise me.
even the folk that wanted him to be convicted. You all knew. The people that wanted him not to be convicted, you all knew. So there was no surprise there. I think the issue is the takes that have come along with the lack of surprise. So, yes, we're talking about Kyle Rittenhouse, ladies and gentlemen. So, initially, my whole thing was, why do I care? And I've been saying it the whole time. I literally do not care about this case. This has nothing to do with me and my black self. This is a case of a white and or Hispanic 17-year-old.
He's white. He's white.
Well, it's been a debate on whether he's white or Hispanic. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Put it this way, he's non-black. Put it that way.
Exactly. Shooting 3 white men, killing 6 at a quote-unquote BLM rally. I put those in quotation marks because I personally do not think these people cared about the cause. Why do you ask?
Why?
Well, ask me why, Isaac.
Why?
Well, let's just look at my picture here. What is that? What does the quotation mark say? This, by the way, this is Mr. Rosenbaum who was killed.
This is
Shoot me, nigga.
Yes, it does.
Shoot me, nigga. Bust on me for real.
Is that the full quote?
Yes, that's his full quotes.
Is that
Bust on me for real.
First of all, phrasing.
Big phrasing.
Big phrasing. Second of all, he didn't say pause. So
oh no, he was for real.
So third,
also, look at
what are we
picture.
doing?
Look at this picture. This is the second point I'm going to make. Look at this picture. What is the first observation that you make?
The woman's face looking at him like, did this dude really just say that?
Okay, other than that, sir.
The dude looking like a taller Colin Kaepernick.
What is the demographic of this picture?
Well, save for the one melanated brother in the crutch in the back, it's a lot of light skin energy there.
So,
or as the Native Americans call them, a lot of pale faces.
So here's my thing, and I said this about a lot of things. I've been caught into a lot of things. I've been watching the conservatives talk about a lot of things going on, i.e. Brexit.
Oh, by the way, that weirdo Matt Gaetz wants to give Kyle Rittenhouse an internship. The New York Post reported.
Let him.
Yeah.
Let him.
Just
at this point, Kyle ain't got nothing to do with my life.
Nah.
Matt Gaetz ain't got nothing to do with my life.
I just thought.
Be honest with you, I'm probably
I just thought you should know.
Kyle has an interview Monday.
The only reason I said that is because, like, I said that only for the sheer fact of the kind of energy that that's around this thing.
Bro, politicians are all 9 times out of 10 you find a politician, they are involved in some kind of foolery. Like, did you not see the it was a Republican lady basically airing out some of the things that her Democratic counterparts were doing?
Yeah, I don't think I saw that. No.
Whew. I was like, boy, you got some dirt on you too, but boy. So that's just my whole opinion on it. It's like you got a bunch of people who are not good people.
Yeah,
and
this whole thing was all, like I said, this whole thing was all crazy. Like, everybody in here was wrong. He was wrong.
I watched the prosecutors cross-examine Kyle. And the whole time I'm listening to him, I was like, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
prosecutor absolutely sucks. I can see why he got off. If you this dude sucks. And that was literally my entire take watching these 10 minutes I watched. I was like, I can't do this anymore. It's 3 hours of this. I'm going to bang my head against a wall. Listen to him. And yeah, the judge wasn't very professional either. I mean,
No,
who has their phone
everybody
on?
in that case was wrong. Everybody in that case.
Who has their phone on during the court case? Whew.
Prosecution was wrong. Defense was wrong. The judge was all fucked up. Which is why
this is a case of a bunch of people that shouldn't have been there in the first place.
Yes.
This was not.
No,
based on what I'm looking to hear, and I said it when I was talking to Jeff on the right. I said, if anything, if I see a movement that is majority, and I'm going to use quotation marks here, allies, I want no parts of it. If I see a movement, and I think Umar said it best when Umar was spot on when he said it. I don't want to be a part of a movement that is being spearheaded by allies. If I'm going to be a part of a movement, I want the people that are being affected with this movement to be in front. Yes, you can help, but don't try to take over. This looks like a takeover. That's just how I feel. Now, with that being said,
that's just how you feel.
That's just how I feel.
That's just how you feel.
I do not believe. With that being said, I take out anything black people. Nothing in this case, from what I just presented to you, has to do with black people.
You're right.
So why on earth are we the center point of this case?
Mostly because people are trying to say, well, if Kyle was black, you know,
if Kyle was black, would he be the same guy that was let off for the same thing for self-defense?
No, that's literally what I was about to get into. No.
Because I saw a lot of people saying that if he was black, he would have been put in jail. Okay, what about the same case? What about a similar case that just happened the same day?
Yeah,
black man found not guilty on 5 charges because of self-defense.
Although apparently I saw he may still go to prison because he's a convicted felon and they had a firearm. Okay, apparently I don't know how true that is, but
I mean, which is probably the case. But again,
he got off on the important
killings. Stuff. So it goes back.
Well, he didn't even. First of all, he didn't kill anybody. It was attempted. He just fired back.
I thought I saw that he killed a police officer.
No, the cops raided his house. The only people who died was apparently his girlfriend, who got shot up in her bed. And then the cops tried to twist it and say, "Hey, he used her as a human shield," all this other stuff. That was not the case.
Right.
It was pretty much Breonna. It was pretty much Breonna Taylor.
And her boyfriend was also acquitted.
Yeah. Only difference between this case and the Breonna Taylor case is the fact that the guy who fired back didn't get what's the name, Kenneth, whatever the dude's name, Rihanna's boyfriend. Walker? Yeah, he didn't go to court. Right. This guy went to court.
So there's plenty cases of black people getting off for killing somebody for self-defense. Jonathan Kirk. Oh, I found a whole thread on him. If you want me to tag you, and I can.
Nah, you straight. You straight. I'm trying to keep.
But I found a bunch of them, so I don't like to subscribe to this. I got to the point where I don't subscribe to this if they were black, because now I'm understanding that I can't judge people off of a generalized statement. So I become this more individualistic person. So what I say with the judge, I would be more paying attention to him having a similar case and seeing how consistent he is.
I don't know if I said it. I think it's wild that judges. I know judges are appointed, especially judges that high, they're appointed. So I find it really weird that certain party elects certain judges. You know what I mean? Like, I find, why in the Supreme Court do we have conservative judges or liberal judges?
Because all right,
I
so I get it. I don't like it, but I
you see,
get it
you see where I'm going with this?
because
Like,
you want it's all about an agenda.
no,
So
that's what I'm
when
saying.
you
That's what I'm saying.
have
Why? That should be the one place. Well, it should, but it isn't. And I'm not naive enough to say, oh, well, it
because
is.
everything is interpretation.
Yes,
So we
absolutely.
all know the main purpose of the judicial branch going into civics government is the judicial branch is to interpret the law.
Yes.
So we have laws that are not as black and white as we would like them to be. And we
Yes.
saw that with the gun charges to Kyle Rittenhouse.
Yes.
So I actually was sent a picture of the interpretation of what the judge was interpreting of why they dropped the case.
Okay. What'd you find?
So basically, I find it again. They sent it to me earlier today because I was saying that was the only thing that I was like they could possibly get him for. But then again, I understand that it goes back to interpretation. Let me find it. I like too much today. So here we go. Possession of short barrel shotgun or short barrel rifle. The note here is Kyle Rittenhouse has a full length rifle and is in compliance. These are the exceptions to the law of no possession of a dangerous weapon for a person under 18. The
By the way,
other
I love Judge's tweet about just remember he already won. I love that
oh,
tweet.
if you know, you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If you know, you
Absolutely.
know. Restrictions on hunting and use of firearms by a person under the age of 16. Kyle is 17 years old, so that does not apply.
Okay, so read that part again. Read that again.
Restrictions on hunting and use of firearms by a person under the age of 16.
Read it one more time.
Restrictions on hunting and use of
Stop.
firearms.
Stop right there. Restrictions on what?
Hunting.
Hunting. So we hunt human beings now.
No.
No,
Because
no,
it doesn't apply to him.
I know what you meant, but
Well, no, not hunting you. I'm pretty sure this meant hunting in the woods.
I know that's what it means, but the way it makes it sound.
It was.
It
not
doesn't
good.
sound. It doesn't sound. Considering the situation, that doesn't sound
Yeah,
too.
the verbiage is not good. I get
Yeah,
you.
yeah. That's why I was getting at.
And then the third one, and there was one more, but that was disorderly conduct that they got noted. The third exception is requirement for certificate of accomplishment to attain hunting approval. These are clarifications related to obtaining a hunting approval certification, so not applicable.
Moose is going to fight Eddie Edwards in Full Metal Mayhem tonight at Turning Point.
Ooh. So when I was listening to that 10 minutes of that horrible cross examination, Kyle was even saying that from his understanding that he was not in the wrong for having the gun there. And nobody was the judge. Everybody was pretty much saying nobody pushed back against that outside of the horrible attempt of a prosecutor. And then the disorderly conduct. This is codified open carry in the state of Wisconsin. Carrying the rifle is legal. Whoever is a public or private. So the whole thing was this. There has been a lot of misconceptions about this case. So everybody keeps saying that, he crossed over state lines.
He did, though.
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily? Okay, explain.
So, yes, we all know that his mother lived in Antioch.
She aged poorly, by the way. She's 38.
I'm not even going to say what I want to say right now.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm not doing it.
No.
Not doing it. Because you already know what I'm thinking.
What are you thinking? That doesn't tell me what you're thinking.
Look at you and look at me.
That's fair.
I don't know why you had to say that.
That's fair.
So, yes, his mother lived in Illinois. His father lives in Kenosha.
Okay.
He works in Kenosha. He was in Kenosha that entire day. He woke when he woke up from his nap, from his sleep. He was in Kenosha.
Okay, fair enough.
So he was there to help clean up the graffiti and stuff from the day before. Now, I will say this: he shouldn't have been there that night.
Nope.
Shouldn't have
No,
been
he
there that
shouldn't have
night,
been
and I stand by that.
You guarantee it.
Not
You
a, it
stand
was
by
a
it.
dumb decision by him. I will stand by that until the day I die. Do I think that based on everything that I saw that he was going to be convicted? Not off the charges that they gave him. They went too hard. The running back for Wisconsin is 17. What? So based off of that, no, I don't think he was going to be convicted. But again,
Hey
there
yo,
were no heroes.
well, no, that's over. It's over.
Kyle's not
I
a
was about
hero.
to say Arkansas only lost to Alabama 35-42.
Ooh.
That's it. And the game's over, but it was 42-35 Alabama wins. And Cincinnati won 40.
That doesn't sound like the typical Alabama defense to me.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. That's Arkansas, who's 21, and Arkansas hadn't been good in years. You only beat
Have they been
Arkansas by
good
a
since
touchdown.
Darren McFadden?
Huh?
Have they been good since Darren McFadden?
Not really. Not confidently.
So evidently there's a running back for Wisconsin that's 17 years old that ran for over 200 yards against Nebraska.
Well,
My uncle's texting me right now.
You can get in the college at 17.
But yeah,
I was 17 when I
at
got
the end of the
started
day, this has nothing to do with black people. And
so keep us out of it.
Yeah, I'm tired. We have enough as black people to deal with.
You know what else we're dealing with right now? We're dealing with
the McMichaels. The McMichaels is the case that we should be worrying about right now.
Yes. Oh, that.
And you know what the issue is? Go ahead.
Also, you should also be dealing with Giselle, whatever her fucking name is, the Jeffrey Epstein's wife or partner, or whatever. She's in court right now.
Ghislaine
Maxwell, I think. Her name is.
Yo, so you are him. So usually I only see like the black conservatives talk about that, but
yeah, she's all in jail right now. She's on trial right now for everything that Jeffrey Epstein couldn't get charged. Well, he was in prison, so yeah, she's on trial right now for her part and everything, and she's probably going to go to prison. But mind you, she's is she in the UK court or she in UK court or US court?
I don't know, but I feel like that's gonna be a domino effect.
Like just everything's gonna roll downhill.
I think so. Like I said it 10 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm.
These people in these high places aren't high places for being good people.
Oh, you're right.
It's a lot of stuff that's going on that we don't see.
Yeah.
Like I don't agree with everything that the QAnuts are saying, but there is some truth to what they're saying.
Oh, by the way, that shaman is in jail. Was going to jail for 41 months in federal prison.
I'm not surprised.
Of course not.
He's
going to jail.
I still think he was actor too.
The cops who killed Elijah McClain are indicted, but that was months ago. Also, his family got a $15 million settlement, which I know what you're thinking. Why did they take the settlement? Why did the family take the settlement? I thought it wasn't about the money. Their kid is gone. Their family member is gone.
That works because now they have the money to get a good team together.
Exactly. For the indictment and for the case, so they can bury these fools.
You need to put the money together to have our teams right so we can get people that need to be in jail.
Also, the cop who killed the cop who
Butterfingers.
The cop who killed Cameron Lamb in 2019 was found guilty of all charges. He's going to prison. Sentencing is coming up.
Good.
For those who don't know, Cameron Lamb was the man who was in his own backyard on his cell phone who was killed, shot by police. The cops tried to make the claim that they had every right to be there for warrant purchases or whatever, but that wasn't the case. Well, here, let me read it so I'm not messing this up, so I get this right. Also, Ryan Reynolds was asked if he wants to be the next James Bond. I think he'll do it right. He'll be a lot funnier.
I saw something about The Rock doing it.
I don't want the
But
Rock.
I think I have a prediction on The Rock's whereabouts in a little bit.
Okay, so Kansas City police detective found guilty of manslaughter in 2019 killing of Cameron Lamb. He was shot in his own backyard. So in announcing his verdict, the judge said that neither detectives, the two detectives were there, had a legal right to be on the guy's property, and that Cameron Lamb had a reasonable expectation of privacy. Sentencing has not been scheduled yet, but they found him guilty. So, yeah. Let's move on.
All right. So, that's actually not a bad number so far for Barclays. What are we talking about? Oh, so I'm going to bring it back into the next topic. So, finishing off with this situation, my biggest issue with us being brought into this entire Kyle Rittenhouse situation is that we have too much. We already have enough going on.
You really
And
do.
then I've seen more energy put into this case than being put into the situation that happened a few days before that with the killing of rapper Young Dolph.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like literally, Young Dolph got killed. What was it? Wednesday? Yes, Wednesday.
Yes.
Because we were on the way to AEW. We were talking about it, and I don't recall seeing more than one Twitter space dealing with that. And it may not have been one Twitter space. But let this situation happen yesterday, and there were about 4 or 5 Twitter spaces going on top of the Twitter space of, black men don't protect black women, and the counter of that. And I'm like, there's more going on than this petty argument. I'm not even going to get into that conversation because that's a bunch of foolery that only gets talked about on social media. You don't hear about that stuff in your everyday walk.
I don't mean to cut you off, but the sentencing for the McMichael case is set. Well, the closing arguments and deliberations is going to be on Monday, so the verdict should be out sometime next week.
Good.
Although everybody knows those they're super guilty.
I have yet to see
why the fuck that dude got on the stand is beyond me.
Who?
Travis McMichael tried to get on the stand to fight to deal his case, and he got picked apart. It was not good. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I might have to look at that.
It was this fucking idiot. This dude.
I saw some of the quotes, and it was like, yeah, you basically holding yourself and just basically put yourself in a position where you're going to jail
for life if you don't get the death penalty. I don't know about the death penalty. You're gonna get fucked.
But like EJ said, if it doesn't happen now, we know who has the final say.
Yes, we do. Honestly, that's part of the reason I wasn't even worried about Kyle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. At the end of the day, we all know the ultimate judge in any situation. So that's all. But rest in peace to Young Dolph, man.
Yeah.
I was at work. I want to say, Wednesday. Wednesday I was at work. Kids were gone. I was just sitting there. And I just started seeing people talking about Dolph. And I'm like, bro, what? Now, I don't really do a lot of listening to Young Dolph, but I have heard quite a few songs by him. And I know the lifestyle he lived. I know the lifestyle he portrayed and all the things that go along with that lifestyle. And it's unfortunate. And this is why I fight so hard. Like, let me go find my post on Facebook because I was really bothered by this because I see Now, granted, these kids today don't really listen to Dolph. That's not their. That's not their group. That's not their people. That's more of my generation. My age group is more on the young Dolph train.
I mean,
They're more on the
I
young
wouldn't call
Mace.
myself on the train.
I'm just saying, like our age group.
Okay, fair enough.
So our age group is more going to be listening to Young Dolph. This younger age group is going to be more listening to like the young Naces of the world. Who I smoke. Yeah, him.
I can't believe. No, I'm just weak. I forgot there was a song. I can't believe. Like, it's so stupid, man. Oh, they'll listen to those Island Boy. You hear that song, Island Boy?
I saw it. I was like, whatever.
They look. I'm pretty sure these people are good people in real life, but what are you doing, man? What do you have? What is this? What was all you see him? You saw him, right?
Yeah.
What was all that? What was that?
Hey,
I mean, it's
not my circus, not my monkeys. So I said, this is what I said. I don't know about anyone else, but this young Dolph situation just confirmed again why I'm in the position I'm in. Our young black boys are seeing this, and if we do not step up now, this is the lifestyle they could fall into. And it's not just young Dolph. We've seen this on multiple occasions. We see it with the situation down in Jacksonville, Young Nace and his gang, and Fulio and all them boys. I've seen how they feel like this is the lifestyle that is right
it's
for
not
them.
like there's. I don't know if you if you if you're in the music industry, especially in the rap industry, right? If you if I see your name associated on a music video, not that I'm gonna watch your garbage music videos, but if I watch your music video and I see you carrying wads of cash, and in the same video you have guns, I'm gonna yes, I'm gonna assume that you don't. Now, here's the thing. Now, granted, most of those people have never had money, and I understand that. You know what I mean?
You got
They
the
didn't
first
grow.
little pieces of paper, then I splurge.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the big urge?
I understand that. I understand that people who grow up in that environment, they don't grow up with a lot of money. So when you get it, you want everything.
Yeah,
But
we've seen this countless times.
yes, but you cannot, and I can't shut this enough, and I will not allow this. I will not allow people on social media to be like to try and paint like what they tried to do with Juice World, for example. RP to Juice World, by the way. What they tried to do to Juice World, they saw the lifestyle he was living, which I'm not saying he was out here doing crazy stuff, but he saw he was taking. Now, I'm not. He may have had some internal struggles. I'm not saying knocking that either, but the style he was going about and taking a lot of drugs, all the other stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like the unhealthy habits. You know what I mean? Right. Taking that, and then when they pass, you paint them out to be this clean musical genius of a person. You know what I mean? Right. Now, I'm not saying that they weren't that way, but I'm saying we need to call spades spades. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Call spades spades.
It's time out for sugarcoating.
Yes. Because when I heard how he died, honestly, I was like, well, he kind of made
I didn't know what to say.
Yeah, I'm like, I mean,
like, it sucks he died,
but that's what happens when you take that many drugs at one time.
It's not like you don't know. This isn't a case of ignorance.
You know what I mean? Like, that's why I was like, granted, I felt bad, but at the same time, I'm like, you gotta. It's the same thing with King Von. Like, granted, King Von was in Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Like, so when that happened, I'm like, that
you know the risk you're taking with living this
yes,
lifestyle.
yes, like you can't. And honestly, when I see rappers like this and stuff like this, I'm like, I thought the whole point. Maybe not in Dolph's case, 'cause he's a little bit older. When I see somebody like Vaughn, you know, go the way he went, I'm like, I thought the whole point of getting in this industry was to get out of that. And then you bring in the people with you that end up ultimately could ruin it for you. And in some cases they do.
Yeah.
You know? Like in Dolph's not Dolph, in Vaughn's case, they did. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna allow that. I'm not gonna allow people on social media to paint out these guys, you know, like they're angels.
They're not, and it sucks. And I'm saying the same thing concerning Dolph.
Again, like I said,
He's
it's
in
not
this
to say I don't feel
lifestyle that
bad,
you know
but
he. I'm pretty sure he knew that this is probably the way he's going to go out. Let's be real.
yeah,
Most people that live this lifestyle and are still in this lifestyle, he's living in the hood. Granted, he was minding his own business, going to get some cookies. That's a horrible way to go out, bro. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Like you out here just minding your business, going to get cookies, and you just get ambushed. But you know that this is the way it goes. You see people. You've seen some of your boys get off.
Like this is your life. Like you know, like you grew up seeing this. You
And
rap about it.
if you really, yeah, you're right. The goal is to
You
get out, and we've seen how people. One of my friends said, "Look, if I see somebody that I know is in this lifestyle and they getting them money to get out, I'm telling you right now, go live with the white folk. Go to Beverly Hills. I don't care."
and then at most, if you get rich and move out the hood and start living around a bunch of white folk, you know what the worst thing you're gonna have happen? They probably just gonna call the cops because they think you're gonna live there. That's the worst thing that's gonna happen to you.
Yeah,
Which is a lot better than getting ambushed in a bakery. You know
right.
what I mean? Or getting in a fight outside of a club, which
And
still don't make
I
no
mean,
damn sense.
you are the product of your environment, right?
Yes. Yes.
Who's to say that the way you think from that time period then is going to be the way you think getting into a different environment? So then your whole outlook changes, and you're probably going to be able to go
Adjust.
about your life without having to be in unnecessary beefs. Because this is
Completely
unnecessary.
unnecessary.
Whether the rumor is true that it had to do with him and Gotti, I don't know. But it's just it sucks to see, and I'm sorry. I'm more concerned about this and how this affects our community more than a case dealing with a bunch of people that don't look like me.
We're right back to where we were before. It's like you were saying, it's like people living a lifestyle that you expect or you at least hope that they're living this certain lifestyle, but they made something of themselves out of their environment. You hope, man, I really hope this works out. You know? Why do you think I like the artists I like? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, why do you think I like Run the Jewels? Why do you think I like Eminem? Why do you think I like, you know, shit? Why do you think I like Kanye? Because granted, they got their own issues, but they're not. They grew up in these bad environments too, but they're not.
they're
They're
not
focusing.
still in that situation.
Yeah, they realize I can like Eminem, for example. You know, Eminem is a prime example. This dude grew up in Detroit. I mean, you know what I mean. He grew up in a rough part of the neighborhood. He went through all the stuff he went through, you know. But he said he was determined. All right, I'm going to use this music, use my talent, my God-given ability to get me out of here.
Right, and that's the way you're supposed to go about it.
Seriously, like Eminem and is the proto is what you want to strive to be. You know what I mean? Or Snoop Dogg. Anybody, put it this way, any of these mainstream rappers. You know what I mean? Like that
Get
have
money and
billion.
get out.
Yes, any of these like billionaires. Like who do you think? Because who do you think Snoop Dogg hang around most of the time? Not even Snoop
Not
Dogg.
them Crips that he
No,
still
no. You know who Snoop Dogg hangs around with? Martha Stewart.
right.
Well, not all the time, but you see what I'm saying. You know, he hangs around with like Martha Stewart. You know, he's hanging around
It's
with people
more
like
to
that.
this. It's more to this life than the gangs and the hoods and
Yes,
all that.
he was in that, but
Get
then
out the
he,
hood
you
and
know,
go see the world.
Dr. Dre did the same thing.
Exactly.
Cube,
Dre, Q, bruh.
Puff,
Go see things. There's
they
more to
all
life
rich now.
than the block.
They all rich now. You
And
know,
not in the hood.
and not in the hood. They all in Cali or Detroit or Florida somewhere chilling. I know Mike. I know Killer Mike is still in Atlanta. That I know.
But Atlanta really ain't. It ain't Compton, bro.
But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. The
And
point is, he's still what lived in an area that was bad at a time that was bad. Grew up and was able to make it out. And what is Killer Mike doing now? He is doing nothing but trying to build his community. He
yeah,
even started his own bank, bro. He has his own bank. I've never heard that before in my life. That's wild. Anyway, y'all gotta change. We gotta change.
yeah, it's a lot
It's
of
like
work that
it's
needs to be
ridiculous.
done,
It's ridiculous.
and
And
we
here's the
need
thing,
to
y'all.
know what
And
has
here's the
something to
thing:
do with
when
mental
you
health.
change, if you make it, when you change, and don't fuck what the people where you from say. You know what I mean? You made it.
Here's the
What?
thing.
You know what
Yes,
I mean?
you do want to help people get out of the situation,
Yes.
but at the same time, you can't help somebody that doesn't want to be helped.
Exactly. Exactly.
You can only do so much to help somebody. You can say, "Look, I got a way. If you want in, I can
Yeah.
put you on,
Yeah.
but you ain't gonna be sitting here holding me back."
Yeah. You can't be afraid to leave people behind. Or like I said, don't be afraid of what they think. It's like, dang, he uppity now. It's like, no, I'm safe.
Right.
You know, I'm safe. So like they change you. You living all these white people now. You change. Like, no, I got smart. I'm alive. You know what I mean?
It is nothing wrong with
There's
not
nothing.
having to live that lifestyle.
It really isn't. Like that. That's the thing we need to drop. There ain't nothing wrong with living a safe lifestyle. All right, because trust me, living that safe lifestyle is gonna get you a lot farther than living the hard lifestyle. If you now, granted, if you survive in that hard lifestyle and still make it, hey, kudos, kudos. But if you don't,
It's at the point where I'm really tired of seeing this.
me too.
Yeah, this I've been involved in things locally where we've been trying to fight this. I mean, I don't post my every single move, but it ain't like I'm just talking on the internet, guys. And I work with kids, so the things I'm saying right now, I have said to kids. I said, look, that ain't this. What you're seeing right now, what you listen to, that ain't what you want to do. Especially if you are in a much better position than what that person was before they got famous.
Oh yeah, oh
Don't
yeah, oh
don't
yeah.
don't drop yourself down to where they
Oh my
came from.
gosh, yeah. If you
And that was something I had to learn as a kid.
here's something I think about. I think about Lil Dicky sometimes. You know what I mean? I think about that sometimes because he wasn't really. He was a suburban, wasn't he? He wasn't really more.
Little Dicky probably grew up in Little Dicky probably grew up in Beverly Hills, knowing that
That's
guy.
what I'm saying. But he still, you notice, like, yeah, he did.
And
I bet he
he
did.
raps about the things you would expect a preppy white boy to rap about.
Exactly. But my point is, like you were saying, he didn't drop down to get cred or whatever.
Right. And that's the thing. I think we popularized that subgenre of hip hop so much that we think that is the only way you rap. Because I remember talking to kids in middle and high school when we were in middle high school. Oh, rappers only rap about blah 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 blah, sex, money, drugs, weed, and all this other stuff. Like, no, that's not true. I'm sorry that you only hear that you don't listen to what's being so put to you, but that's not true at all.
Sorry you didn't discover YouTube.
Right? Like Kyle is an actual person that does not talk about this hood stuff. And that's a black man.
Oh yeah, I know Kyle.
Kyle is the biggest nerd I've ever seen in hip hop.
You put me on Clear Soul Forces.
Clear Soul Forces is a group of nerds.
It literally is.
A group of straight.
Every other line is about comic books, anime, all that stuff. Every other bar is like that, and they're fire. They are fire. Like
Earth Game, they're not talking about that stuff. They're talking about some extra third dimensional mumbo jumbo. Sometimes I'll be lost with what they be talking about. But it's more to the genre than
Tyler doesn't even rap about that kind of stuff.
No, it's more to the genre than what's being put out and what is being popularized.
Seriously, there was a time where that was, it, but we're in a time where, hey, it's okay.
If you're a flashy person, there's plenty of people. There's plenty rap songs about being flashy.
Yeah, that's not your style. That's not your style.
But that's all I got on that, man. Yeah. Rest in peace, Dolph. Let's get to this wrestling. Before we get to the bad, I do want to kind of lighten up the mood a little bit. I got to get my flowers, dog.
Give them your flowers.
I got to get this one my flowers.
By the way, I may or may not have. I may have a gripe with one of my favorite wrestlers.
So here's my flower moment. Giving my flowers out to
yes,
the former Ref Asia, now known as Daphne LaShawn.
Wait, she got fired?
No. She got a new name.
Oh, what the?
I don't know. This is not why we're here. I'm here to give her flowers.
No, why does she have a new name? She's a ref.
I don't know. We're giving her flowers.
What?
So, Daphne LaShawn had a very busy week this week. So I already know she works NXT, and I saw her doing the match with the opening match between Dexter Lumis and my boy, forget about it, Tony D'Angelo.
Why does she have a new name?
Then I watched Raw. So I initially saw her on Raw Monday. I was like, oh snap, she's on Raw? So she called the match between Bianca and Tamina. Solid match. And then Friday I'm watching, I was like, oh snap, is that her again? So she was on all three Raw, SmackDown, and NXT this week. Shout out to her. You the GOAT. But yeah, that's her flowers. We are from the Sim. Two down, all that good jazz.
We're from Virginia. We're from Virginia, Bruce. We're from Virginia.
Hey, dog. Why you had to be? Why? I'm out here being. You know what? I'm not gonna do it. You get in your soapbox.
All right. So I'm gonna start off with a quote from The Essential Character. He says, "Control your narrative is to tell your story. It was never about me. It is bigger than me. It is an imperfect idea to create a platform for talent to truly express themselves using their passion, skill, and art, doing what they do best. Wrestling. Wrestling when done right. Wrestling when done right is the greatest form for storytelling in any form of entertainment. Action, drama, comedy, failures, success and heartbreak, struggle and heartbreak, successes, victory and triumph. People, not characters, but people you can empathize with. Regardless if you love or hate, you fans invest in. Not invest your money, but invest something far more important, your emotions. A fan This is the important part. A fan cannot emotionally invest in something artificial. A creation stemming from a melting pot of bad ideas to an overcrowded writer's room sent up a ladder of yes men to the desk of an autocrat. A fan can only invest in motion in one thing, something real. Control. Take back control of your story, not as a performer, as an individual. Freedom. Have the freedom to act, to think, to speak, freedom to feel. Purpose. Become who you are supposed to be. Control your narrative is beyond wrestling. It is the pursuit of a life worth living. It is finding yourself through toughest challenges. It is being bold, being brave, being who/what you want to be. This is our reality. But I want to go back to something. Anthony, you still there? You still with me?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. I want to go back to something. And this it's a shot, but it's I mean, is he wrong when he says this? I want to read this again. A fan cannot emotionally invest in something artificial. A creation stemming from a melting pot of bad ideas to an overcrowded writer's room sent up a ladder of yes men to the desk of an autocrat. Is he wrong?
No. It's hard to invest in something that doesn't feel legitimate.
And one
That's why
thing,
I'm investing in Charlotte and Becky.
and also in that, it's also really hard to invest in something that doesn't stick around for a long time.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why I'm struggling with
I
WWE.
feel, I definitely, because I like Swerve to begin with. In fact, I saw Swerve's last independent date at WrestleCon. You know,
Right.
so I was invested in his work, and I feel eventually, Hit Row would have grown on me, but they're gone.
That jump really hurt me though, because I knew that they had something special with Hit Row.
Like
I've been
they,
saying it from the jump that this
although
is
to be fair, I got to be fair here. When they debuted in NXT, something in the pit of my mind, in the back of my stomach, was like, I don't think people are gonna get this. Because I saw when they made their debut, and I didn't look at them. I was looking at the fans. Now, granted, I know you say the crowd in the Capitol Wrestling Center was trash. It was
it
garbage. It
was.
was. But I looked at them and I said, it's gonna take them, and it's gonna take the fans getting some kind of invested in it. I'm looking at the fans. I'm like, I'm just talking about when they were cutting promos or doing their cipher in the ring. You know, the
Right.
work when they were working, they were good. But I'm looking at them in the ring when they were just doing their cipher, and I'm like,
I know what
and
it
then
is.
here's the
I
thing,
know
and
what it
I'm
is.
gonna be blunt. I'm gonna be blunt. I was looking at them like, man, these white folk don't get this.
And here's why. And it comes back
Like,
to a lot of things the people thought the reason why they got released. So their battle rap style, they're doing battle rap style stuff,
yes,
especially AJ.
yes,
So you look at this when they were out there doing this stuff with NXT, they were battle rap,
decipher and all that stuff. Yeah,
right? And then you look at what he's been doing with the Frank style.
yeah.
You look at the Bucks disc. What is one thing that you know about diss tracks when it comes down to it? Are they very nice or they just flat out
They're
they
in your
don't come?
face.
They're in your
They're
face.
here. They're in your face. They're here to hit you in the mouth.
And I'm going to be real with you. AJ was mild with both of those discs that we're going to talk about. The Young
Oh,
Bucks discs, they were very mild.
oh,
The gender disc,
I assume
I'm
he was.
sorry. I asked Mitt how he felt about it. He was like, it was cool.
Did it get a little? Did it get a little?
Racist.
Did it get a little? Did it get a little close? I'm talking about the gender diss. The Bucks
Well,
diss, I don't
when
care.
you consider the fact that he's already said that gender was right there when he made it.
Okay. All right. Very well.
Yeah, he said that. He just actually said that today on what's that one that Bully Ray's on? Bully Ray
Busted
and
open.
yeah, Busted Open. They had him and Tahuti on Busted Open. It's gonna be so weird getting back to call him Tahuti, but that's his real name. Which both of them are Terps, so that's probably why. Because AJ's been doing his little charity thing that he already had planned out for this weekend anyway in Maryland. But all in all, I'm still upset about it because you already know how big a fan I was of Hit Row,
Yes, you were.
especially with AJ and Swerve and B-Fab.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I think it's gonna be fine. I think it'll be fine.
I think they'll be fine. Another one, I think they'll be fine too. Another one I was upset about, John Morrison.
I'm gonna be real with you. After the Miz story, I don't think they were gonna have too much more use of him anyway.
Yeah, that's the problem.
The issue is that they didn't finish what they started.
That is the issue because
they could have finished that and then let him go.
It was almost like he wasted time.
Yeah.
Not just his time, but like I want to say company time because for some reason they think they can't waste their own time. He wasted his time, however long he was there. He wasted his time there. I feel that.
He was there about a year and a half, almost 2 years.
Yeah,
it's been about 2 years.
He was at WrestleMania last year.
It's been right around 2 years.
Yeah, he wasted his time. Why do I say that? Because Johnny Impact, Johnny Mundo, Johnny wherever else he was.
Well, he's gonna be Johnny Elite soon, I think.
Yeah, or he could be Johnny Impact again.
We'll see.
But my point is, do you know what he did while he was all over the place?
He was winning titles.
He was winning world championships. This man was the AAA world champion at one point. In fact, I'm going to read you the things he was while he was away from WWE the first time. Bear with me. I don't understand, bro. Like,
here's my thing, because I already know where you're going.
Yeah, 2002 to 2011, 2019 to 2021.
So when you look at those, and I think it was Regal buying this.
I found it.
You kind of got to put those things on. You got to kind of basically think that when you go into this company, they don't care about your accolades outside of this entertainment business. And I forget who said it, but I think this is the case. They don't. I said it before too. I said all these other companies, it's a wrestling business. When you look at WWE, it's a business that just has some wrestling in it.
He was he was World Series Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. He was a Rogue Champion in Rogue Wrestling. He was the Qatar Pro Wrestling World Champion. He was let me see this. He was ranked 24 in the PWI 500 in 2017. He was a New Generation World Champion, Next Generation World Champion. He was Lucha Underground Champion. You know that. He was Gift of the Gods World Champion. He was the second Triple Crown Champion in Lucha Underground history. He was the Mega Champion, Latin American Champion, and the Cruiserweight Champion in AAA. He was the Impact World Champion. He was point is multiple time world champion. What does that say to you about John? What does it say to you about him as a singles guy?
That basically, if you are at least a formidable mid card champion in WWE, that you could go to any company outside of there and just dominate.
Because what did Christian do? Take Christian, for example.
Perfect example. He is.
What did Christian do when he left WWE?
He
went to TNA.
What did he do? And won the NWA World Championship. If you are at that position where you are a upper mid card / sniffing the main event scene and you leave the WWE, you're going to be a main event player just about anywhere else you go. This it's a given.
And he showed up.
Kevin Owens,
Yeah,
if
not
he
even.
if he indeed leaves at the end of this year, he's going to AEW. He's going to be a main event player. It's no question about it.
Here, I'll do you one better. Jeff Jarrett. Now,
To be
as
fair,
granted, with all the chaos and wild stuff that went with that, was he not a mid carder?
oh yeah,
Okay, what did he end up doing? He ended up becoming NWA World Champion, and it was wild, and it was borderline torturous at some point, but still, Rhino.
Ron Killings.
I mean, it's not just. This is not hyperbole. You know?
Right.
It's not just making stuff up. You know? I don't understand. I don't understand it. I don't understand it.
It's gonna be interesting to see where all these people go because I think the name that you probably won't hear as much out of this release is going to be Gunner.
I guarantee Killer Cross is going to be world champion when he makes it. I guarantee Killer Cross is going to be a champion.
He's probably going straight NWA because aren't they vacating that title?
Wait, Nick Aldis title?
No, NWA, not NWA. AAA. By the way, Nick Aldis is not NWA champion.
Oh, I know. I don't know why I said Nick Aldis, but
the AAA the Mega Championship, isn't that getting is it going to be vacated? Because Kenny's going to be out for a while.
That's a good question.
I don't expect to see him for at least 6 months. He needs to. I really think he needs to take all the time. He needs to get as close to
he needs to get healthy, but he's still champion. As of
I would just get to the point where you feel healthy. I need at this point he needs to take as much time as he needs to get.
Yeah, as of right now, he's been champion for 761 days.
I still think they probably should have gone ahead and given it to Andrade.
I don't know why they didn't.
They should have gone ahead and just gave it to Andrade.
I was watching that. I'm like, are they? And I was thinking, like, because we didn't want to watch that match, even though it was poor. That match was not great. It wasn't bad, but it was like, I know. Kenny was all right, but I'm like, I know Andrade can do better than this. Seriously, that's how I watched that match. I was like, he can do better than this. I've seen better Andrade matches. And I'm thinking if anybody is going to, I was thinking that match was going to be 5 stars because, because Kenny can work with just about anybody.
Yeah.
And Andrade, I've seen him work a 5-star match. He can do it here, and he didn't do it. But anyway, let's transition. Can we talk about Thanos? Let's talk about Thanos for a second.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, Anthony, did you see Avengers Infinity War?
Yeah.
Okay. So, you saw Avengers Infinity War, and you know what Thanos ended up doing to the Earth and what he did to planets in the past. He would come to your planet, take it over, granted, hostily, and he would wipe out half of the population on your planet. But when it wiped out half the population of your planet, resources would sky high. It would go through the roof, which means that would be plenty for everybody. He'd go to struggling planets or just planets in general and see that there were like not enough to go around. He would wipe out half the population and things would get better. Now, on the surface, it's genocide. Granted, it's genocide. That's what it is. It is. That is what it is. But if you really think about it, you're a logical person. If you really think about it, aside from killing half the population of something, of a planet, the resources going up, that's a good thing, would you not say?
Yeah.
The fact that resources are increasing around the planet, that's a good thing, would you not say? Right? So he's a bad guy, but it's got some merit to it. He's on to something. Maybe not exactly that. Maybe not genocide, but he's
that a
on to
lot of
something.
villains in these situations are on to something.
Yes, like the Punisher. The Punisher. He's not necessarily a villain, but he does heinous things, but he only does it to bad people. But he's on to something. You know what I mean? In a way.
Same thing with Killmonger.
Killmonger, yes. He was on to something. The way he was going
He
about it
just
was
went about it the
bad.
wrong way.
He was not a good person, but he was on to something. What am I getting at? I want to talk about this guy a lot. Unionization. There was a guy in the professional wrestling industry who was talking about unionization, who was talking about protecting the workers, so probably they wouldn't have to be waiting 90 days. Even if they are getting paid, they can immediately get back to work. Right?
Yeah.
There was a guy who was around saying you need to really invest more in the workers, not just who put their bodies on the line, like give them health care, give them all these things that they need in order to survive. Right?
Right.
Now, this person is not necessarily a good person, because there's some things levied against him that make him not a good person. But at the end of the day, was he not onto something?
Yep.
With the unionization.
Yeah.
So now that person's gone, no one is left to fight. Because every time this comes up, I always think about this guy. I think about it because I'm like, wow. No one is fighting for these guys. And honestly, he's right. He was right all along about the big corporations. Although, granted, they're big corporations. They're going to do stuff like this.
Because they get away with it.
Exactly. But I'm saying the thing is, I imagine the thing that would be most frustrating is the fact that it's the frequency. You know what I mean? It's the frequency. It's not that they're doing corporate thing. It's the frequency of how often it's happening. It hasn't even been like a month since the last releases. It really hasn't. I think it's been like 2 weeks. 2-3 weeks. You know? I'm like, what? I don't like. And then what's worse, most of the people getting released are people who stood in those gym pictures, those yearbook photos, wearing that shirt that said property of, and now they're gone. Where all those people are saying, man, this person just signed. We have high hopes for them. Oh, snap. They've been released 6 months later. You know?
Yeah.
Half those people I remember seeing on TV, they only jobbed out. Like they jobbed like once or twice and then they were gone. Or in one guy's case, you actually had something going. You had him as a 2-time NXT champion. And then instead of keeping the aura that you set for him, that you surprisingly brilliantly kept on him, you decide to throw that in the fire on Monday Night Raw. No, I still haven't forgiven them for that. Because why would I? Because what sense does that make?
Right.
I don't, to this day, that doesn't make sense. And I will fight. I'm not Anthony, I'm not a fighter. I will fight anybody who tries to defend that. Who tried to defend me, Killer Cross, losing on Monday Night Raw to babyface Jeff Hardy while he was NXT champion in under 2 minutes via roll up with a dirty pin was good booking or sensible booking. I will fight anybody. I'm probably going to lose depending on how big you are, but I'll fight you because that's god awful booking. Mind you, he's undefeated at the time too. He was undefeated at the time.
Yeah, that was his literal first loss. And I really don't know which one was worse. I mean, it depends on what you think, because I think two people getting their first pinfall in WWE have had it bad. That was Cross and also Walter.
And then, oh my God, how they did Walter. This man was in Survivor Series match, got pinned in like 3 minutes.
Literally
the first eliminated.
One move.
Literally. What was it? The Claymore?
At least Jeff Hardy put a little bit of damage on.
What was it? The Claymore, right? He got knocked out by the Claymore, right?
I thought it was a bro kick.
It was one of them.
It was a boot.
It was a boot, and it was less than 3 minutes. It was that, and it was less than 3 minutes. And he was the first one eliminated from any team.
At least Cross took more damage than Walter. That man took a boot.
But
looking at these numbers again, I definitely can see them doing another cut probably sometime in February. So basically, this is the roster breakdown as of now.
Go ahead.
Raw has 43.
Okay.
SmackDown has 36. NXT.
Wait. Total?
This is
men
total,
and women.
Men and women all together. NXT has 62. NXT UK has 43.
How much you want to bet the 62 of those are people who were signed and have been signed for a while and haven't been used? How much you want to bet?
NXT's been using a lot of people. So
I'm just saying how much? Huh?
I would say about 15, probably some injured.
I know, but I'm saying how many of them you think have probably been there for like at least a year, give or take,
and they have not been featured.
And they haven't been injured. They've been healthy, but you haven't seen them.
What, haven't seen them, like haven't debuted yet, type thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's another demographic. That's another list.
No, but I'm saying like they haven't done anything. Like they've been there. They've been training and all that.
They've been wrestling on the show, but just haven't been seen as of late.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think.
Here, I'll give them dark matches. Maybe they've done a few dark matches.
Because a lot of these NXT guys are also being featured on 205. So like Malik Blade.
By the way, why is 205? You might as well get rid of 205
Live now is basically the main event for NXT.
You might as well get rid of 205 Live or call it something different.
They could change it. I wouldn't get rid of it because it's giving these people that aren't really ready yet.
I don't know what you change it to, but don't call it 205 Live anymore because it defeats the purpose. Because it had a purpose, and the purpose you had it for was actually brilliant, and it got some really mint stuff when it was 205 Live.
Yeah.
So change it now because this isn't.
It's the purpose of it is not.
It's just shot. It's like the freaking when they changed the Toys R Us over here to the Halloween store.
Yeah,
it's still Toys R Us, but they just put a
really good matches up there, and there's plenty of people out there worth watching. So I'm trying to think because you do have factions that you have Diamond Mine, you have Legado. They've been featuring a lot of new blood now. So you got your Trick Williams, who I'm a big fan of, even though he's a pirate. It looks like Great Value Kevin Owens probably going to stable.
Casey?
Yeah. So you got that. They just brought in Solo. Not Aaron, but Sokoa.
Yeah, I saw that.
I thought they would get rid of the debut somebody else. So I will probably say about 15 probably aren't being used right now, and there's probably some people that are probably on their way out. Who was Biff's partner?
Birch, Danny
Yeah,
Birch.
Danny Burch. If he's not injured and not on moving over to UK, he's probably going that list. Pete Dunne's probably gonna not fit the mold. Basically, a lot of the OGs that were there in 2019 are
I don't
like
see
I
him.
saw that Dave was saying that they were making a heavy push to sign Gargano. I don't see it unless there's talks about bringing DIY on to the flagship brand.
SmackDown.
SmackDown or Raw, they're trying to talk about bringing DIY to Raw or SmackDown. Then that's the only way I see them really having a legitimate use for Gargano. What's up, Alex?
Hey, I hope Melly gets better.
NXT UK has 43. I didn't even know that. The free agent, so that's the Oscars who was injured, and then your Brock Lesnar, the 6. PC is basically the one that, and it's 22 just PC that haven't been put on to whatchamacallit.
I miss Asuka, but I want her to I
I need
want
her to
her
get
to be
healthy.
and I want her to be Kana, but not here. No, I just want to see Kana in action again. In like Stardom or wherever. You know what I mean? Like I need because I'm kind of over this. You know what I mean? I'm kind of over this because I'm tired. Here's my other thing. I'm trying to. I was looking at clips from SmackDown last night, and it was Roman. Big E had showed up on Raw to help Xavier Woods and all that. And I'm watching it. And I'm like, I love Roman, but this is getting kind of old. And I never thought it's, huh?
I haven't got there yet because oh my, did you see the opening segment?
When he destroyed his crown,
Xavier can go to Hollywood.
No, I
You know
know.
what? I'm gonna get on that one real quick. I know a lot of people have gone and said that WWE has done
Because you know he does
a lot of
G4,
bad,
right?
huh?
You know he's doing G4. You know what
Right.
G4 is, right? He's doing
Yeah.
that while he's doing this. And
So
because up down down, he's not doing up down down right now.
there's a lot of dispute going on up or down now.
Yeah, which is stupid because like it
I
shows
support them. I support them 100%.
Yeah,
But the thing with WWE is they are a pipeline to Hollywood.
they are.
Think about it. What is one of the biggest issues people have with WWE is their scripted promos.
Yes,
These people are giving scripts like an hour and a half, 2 hours before they have to come out, sometimes 30 minutes, and are expected to memorize the promos and go out there and usually can recite the promo easily. And then you look at the contributions to acting, Hollywood, and all the other stuff that has come from WWE. One of the biggest names in Hollywood right now is Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
he's also a rapper. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. That verse was sweet.
And then you got John Cena, you got Dave Bautista, you got The Miz. I truly believe just about anybody in WWE, Sasha as well, the Mandalorian.
Yeah, that was
anybody cool. That is in WWE, if they truly wanted to get into Hollywood and get into acting, wherever,
hey,
whatever you call it.
Mox played in one of the
Marines.
Yeah, no, I think it was one of the
12 rounds or one of the
one of those 12 rounds
they had. But they are a pipeline to that because now you have a step above a lot of people that want to break into that because you have that experience of, oh, I can have the script ready for you in a heartbeat because that's what I've been doing for umpteen years. So there is a silver lining in a lot of this. And so even if you don't want to, and look, I mean, it's already been said that Wyndham is already acting now.
Yeah, I saw that.
So again, there's things you can take away from being there, whether you enjoyed your time there or you were miserable there. I always look at it saying, okay, take your moment to more on the situation, but at a certain time, you're gonna have to pick yourself up, and say, "Where's the silver lining at?" and then take it. And so that's what my whole thing is. I just want unionizing is definitely going to have to be a thing that happens, but at the same time, while you wait, how can you make the best of the situation? I want to get to this here. I want to talk about the show tomorrow. We clearly going to be up here tomorrow doing a watch along, but I want to get your predictions.
I just want like I said, I was bored by it, by him, by that. And I don't like to be bored by him, but I was bored.
I haven't got to that point yet. I
I'm not
enjoy.
saying that's not to say it's bad. I'm just saying I find it that it's every week, you know, that he'll gotta look good every week, you know.
I think it's just gonna make that moment where he gets knocked down that much sweeter. And I guess just for me, just building that anticipation for that moment. All right, so who was in this 25-person battle royal? So they're commemorating The Rock. They've been doing a lot of commemorating The Rock's 25 years. He made his debut at Survivor Series. So this whole thing has been about The Rock. Why? I think he's coming back. Do you
Well,
think
they
this?
need something to do.
Well, like I said, they have been talking about all these stadium shows. So what Royal Rumble is at the is in St. Louis. They've done amazing with the ticket sales, but I think if they get The Rock and they have him at Royal Rumble, they're pushing 30,000 now. They could probably sell that stadium out with The Rock, especially and possibly John Cena as well. You have The Rock and John Cena announced for that and WrestleMania. You're selling both of those stadiums out. WrestleMania both nights. Uh,
I
so I'm
believe.
trying to find the 20 because a lot of these people in this battle royal are members of tag teams. All right, so you got Ricochet, T-Bar, Mansoor, Cesaro, Montez, Angelo Dawkins, Eric Ivar, Truth, Gulak, AJ Omas, Sami Zayn, Angel, Berto, Apollo Cruz, Aziz, Otis, and Gable, Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander, Ziggler, Rude, Jinder, and Shanky. In which Shanky and Jinder are a team now, and they moved what is his name? Veer Mahan to Raw by himself. That man got the reverse of what everybody else has been dealing with. Everybody else has been getting their names taken away from him. He gets a name added to him.
Who got it?
Veer. Veer was the more built guy that was with Jinder. Shanky was the lankier one. Um, honestly, looking at this list, I think Sammy should win it. Just for him to get rock bottom by The Rock. I know you don't care,
Uh,
so I'm not going to ask you.
Yeah, yes, I don't. I don't. I
This is
really
going to be a
don't.
very interesting match here, though. Damian Priest versus Shinsuke Nakamura.
I think Damien.
This may be the match. This may be the show stealer if it's not the Roman Biggie match. Those are my two early predictions for match of the night. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Priest.
Yeah, I'm going
I
Damien
think
here.
Priest is gonna really complete this new side of him. He's gonna get agitated by Boogs. So he's been kind of playing more into the darker side of him the last few weeks. I don't know if you saw, but I think that's going to
I
be. I think that's going to play into it as well.
I haven't watched. The only thing I watched is AEW, obviously because we were there.
Yeah, understood. Arcade Bro versus the Usos. Oh snap! I really think this is going to be one of those pay per views that the build wasn't good, but oh my gosh, this pay per view was amazing.
You gotta trust the workers, not the process.
Yeah. Arcade Bro versus the Usos is going to slap, bro. Randy Orton is going to make history in this night. He will be have wrestled in more pay per views than anybody else in WWE history. And if he wrestles Monday, he will have wrestled more Raws than anyone in history, which is crazy to think about.
I'm gonna go. I guess I'll take the Usos.
I'm going Arcade Bro.
I don't know. I don't know.
I feel
I don't know why I'm making picks
they've
because I
been
haven't watched any
disappointing
of these
Roman a lot
shows. Like,
lately.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know why I'm making picks on this. Because I'm not gonna. I'm going to watch the show, but like, I have no nothing. There's been nothing here for me to invest in.
I
You know
have
what I mean?
one thing outside of the Big E Roman match, and I'm going to talk about why I'm so invested in it once I get to the match.
Is it Becky Charlotte?
Yeah. Women's 5-on-5 elimination. You got Team Raw's Bianca, Liv,
By the
Rhea.
way, I will say this: Raw is winning both of them.
Let's see. So
I think
Bianca,
Raw's winning
Liv,
both.
Rhea, Queen Zelina, and Carmella versus Sasha, Shayna, Shotzi, Natalia, and Tony.
Okay, maybe SmackDown wins the women. Raw definitely wins the men's.
I feel like SmackDown's gonna win it, but Shotzi's probably gonna call Sasha. Shotzi's going to end up having Sasha eliminated.
Who am I kidding? I don't give a shit. It's both. I have anything. I'm more
I'm
worried
just
about.
basing everything off of what they've been building.
Yeah. If
Uh,
anything, I'm more worried about the Cowboys playing the Chiefs tomorrow than I am about Survivor Series. You laugh, but I'm saying.
Yeah. The men's 5-on-5 is Seth, Finn, Kevin Owens, Bobby Lashley, and Austin Theory versus Drew, King Woods, Jeff Hardy, Happy Corbin, and Sheamus.
You lost me at Happy Corbin, so I'm going with Raw.
You know I'm a Corbin fan, but I'm not too sure I like what's going on with this Happy Corbin.
Yeah, I know.
Down bad Corbin was Pete Corbin at this point.
I was watching it. Well, we were there at the show, and I was like, "This is what is." I didn't see the point.
Out?
I don't think he did. Yes, he did. No, he didn't.
I forgot it happened. That's how much I
that's how
much it had an effect on me. But I got Raw winning this one just because Bobby Lashley's in it. All right, so the match that I'm probably the most invested in this card: Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair.
I'm manifesting Ronda Rousey comes back and kills them both.
And you already read the thing about what EC3 said.
Yes.
And this is why I'm so invested in it.
That's
because this feels organic. Whether it's a legitimate issue between Charlotte and Becky or not.
It's drama. It's the drama part.
It's the drama that's drawing you in. So everybody knows the whole thing. It really kicked off with the belt change.
Which was stupid. That was dumb.
It was dumb. But it got the people talking.
That it did.
And that's where they hit the ground running. So whether this is a shoot or work doesn't matter because we can have that debate all day, but you're talking about it. So now you have this thing where they're going on interviews and the question is going to come up. Becky was talking to Bleacher Report, and I think I sent it to you.
Yeah, you did. You did.
Let me see if I can pull it up. So basically, that she felt like this was it for them two. They can't work together because of all the issues that they got going on. And so I saw Disco actually said it that basically he felt like this was the modern version of Brett and Sean.
I wanted to. Yeah, I was waiting for the podcast to talk about that. It's like, is that the best you can do? Brett, Sean, really?
I mean, the more I think about it,
Now, granted, I probably would have been more offended if he said Okada Tanahashi, but because it's not that. It's not that.
the more I thought about what he said and thought about how this thing is going around, I can see
Yeah,
partially what he's talking about.
Becky looks like a pop star here.
Yo, she's been going all out with these crazy fits, her and her husband.
It's like they became parents and decided we're gonna go just
Go buck wild. I don't
yeah.
think we can be in this business anymore. Talking about having a friendship, I don't know that it can be repaired while we're both still wrestling. When I read this, I immediately understood. I immediately got an understanding of what Disco was talking about. When did Sean and Brett finally hash their issues?
2010,
At
like
this point, way after.
uh the screw job. Even though people argue about that, but they had
And
their beef all
I
throughout the
said
90s, and then they didn't repair it until 2010.
I've already said that I don't think Charlotte is going to be in WWE. She's not going to stay in WWE after her contract expires.
She's probably gonna go join Andrade. I mean,
Exactly. So she's going to leave, and then Becky's going to be there. So this may be the last time we see them, but this thing has been gone to this point where the lines of work and shoot have been blurred now, and you can't really tell whether this is legit or not. And so just the train wreck in itself has gotten my investment.
yeah, it's gonna be a train wreck.
I'm going to be I expect professionalism from both of them. Um, with that being said, I think Becky wins.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't care. I don't.
I still think this will be a good match. Roman versus Big E.
So, the way I was listening to What Culture earlier today, and they said the best thing about it would be if you're gonna have Roman lose, but still make him look good because he still has the title. This is the point to do it.
Yeah, he hasn't taken a pinfall loss since being back.
And
I don't think this one will hurt him.
it really won't. If anything, it'll like drive him. You know, it'll push him over the edge.
Yeah,
Like on SmackDown, he'll just go full dictator, tribal chief, and all that. Like you thought he was bad now, like you know,
I think a loss will really set him into another atmosphere.
yeah.
And I still think the last match of WrestleMania is gonna be him versus Rock.
Somebody said New Day versus Bloodline at one of the nights at WrestleMania, or
That would be cool.
at some big event, but stepped up stipulations.
Day one,
It's with a stipulation, maybe
I could see day one.
kind of like how they did. You know how they did Shield Evolution.
Yeah, the next pay per view is day one, so it could be that.
So see, there you go. Or Royal Rumble, right? Maybe at
Yeah,
the Rumble.
day one is on New Year's Day, and then the Royal Rumble's next.
Wait, day. Wait, what is day one? Is that the name of it?
Yeah, day one. It's day one of the year.
Whatever. Whatever.
I didn't do it. It's in
No,
Atlanta.
no, no. It's fine.
But
Um,
that's
I
all
think
for
this is gonna be
the
the
pay per
first
view.
takeover I miss. I don't
Oh
think I'm
shit,
gonna
we got
watch
takeover
Takeover
happening. I'm gonna watch it just because I got an idea what the men's war games match is gonna be.
because I don't even know who's black facing. Is he gonna face Braun again?
Who?
Champa, not Black Champa.
Ciampa's probably gonna be in the war games. I don't think you have been watching, but I haven't been watching as much. But I kind of know what's being booked around right now. They are going with this kind of this old guard versus the new breed. So you got Champa and Breaker, but Champa's also intertwined with Johnny, and
So you,
Johnny is kind of intertwined with Pete Dunne, who both of them are looking at Trick and Mello.
so you're thinking Trek, Mello, and two other heels
Trick
versus
Mello, Braun Breaker, and I don't know who that fourth man is.
Johnny,
Johnny,
Champa,
Champa,
Pete,
Pete,
and
and some other OG.
Loomis.
So it's gonna be
Loomis,
the
you think?
OGs basically versus the new
You think
breed.
Loomis?
It could be Loomis, but so that's gonna be the men's. It's gonna be the black and yellow versus 2.0 basically.
I saw the women's. It's like who is it? Raquel. It's Raquel. Io. Raquel. Io. Cora.
Core J.
And
It was somebody else versus Toxic Attraction, right?
yeah.
Toxic
And
Attraction
then
has
Dakota.
Dakota
Toxic
Kai.
Attraction and Dakota. Huh.
I just can't think of who the fourth person was. It was EO in them. But even through all the it's a lot of foolishness going on.
I think if Pete Dunne leaves leaves, he'll go back to Rev Pro and probably take the belts off Osprey.
Yeah, he'll definitely go back home.
Like he'll go back to the UK and just revitalize that. By the way, I do blame, like everybody else does, blame the NXT WWE for ruining the UK scene.
Oh yeah, I have no pushback on that.
I don't think anybody, first of all, I thought it was common knowledge, but like Rev Pro
I mean,
is
it was
good.
already said that their goal was to basically build they're building an empire, and their goal was to basically put their flag in just about any international territory there was. So they already had claimed
Japan is a hard thing to get into because Japan is very
You know
territorial.
what? I think if it were for the pandemic, they probably would have got it. The pandemic, I think, really pushed. They saved Japan.
But at the same time, still very territorial.
Oh yeah, it
Because
was really difficult.
I find it, I will, even without the pandemic, I find it hard to believe. I find it hard. I struggle with this to think that New Japan, especially New Japan, Noah, All Japan, like all those guys would have been like, maybe a smaller one may have, but I don't see any of them being like, yeah, we'll roll over for this.
I'm
I
just
don't
saying,
see that.
if they would have pulled it off, there was nothing anybody was going to do to stop
No,
anybody
I
from
know,
doing
I
anything.
know, I
That was
know.
like the
But
boss.
I'm saying I know they would have. They wouldn't have made it easy for them.
Oh no, definitely not.
You know?
So they had already basically conquered the UK scene.
Yeah.
Uh, they could probably conquer the Mexico scene.
No, I mean
Uh,
that's territorial too.
Oh yeah, Mexico and Japan is going to be very difficult to get through.
Yeah.
The China scene you could get.
Yeah. Because you can
India,
get
they
that.
could I think India is a cakewalk
But
because
Japan
they
and
already
Mexico,
are like
because mind you, Mexico is just like Japan. They have so many different inlets, their
yeah
own independent scene, their own women stuff, especially in Japan, Tokyo Joshi Pro, Stardom, all that. You think they're just gonna give that up? I don't think so.
I know that's gonna be some push.
Yeah,
But that's all I got, dog.
yeah. Plus, there's no greed involved.
Nah.
You know, like they would say, "Oh, look, you're giving me however many dollars to give over my company, so you could do whatever with it." Yeah, I'll take the money. No, I don't. No, no. There's no greed there. Or maybe I might be wrong, but I find it hard to believe that like Stardom would like close off its history just to be a subset of that.
Right.
You know, Tokyo Joshi Pro too. I don't think they would do that. Anyway, that's what I believe. Anyway,
That's all
this
I
is
got,
just,
dog.
yeah, it really bothers me. I really don't understand it. I don't. I can't understand how you really screw that up though. You know what I mean? Like you had stars. You know, it ain't like they weren't stars or they weren't good. Like they didn't know what they were doing.
I think the thing is when you have overcrowded,
Like
you're overcrowded with star power. You are in this position that was like, dog, we messed up. And I've been saying it since 2016. They've been suffering from this position of too many people, not enough time.
but I mean, nobody told them to sign all those people.
Eight. Eight on our side. I'm not too
Yeah,
sure.
I got you. I got you. I
Yeah.
got you.
Um. But yeah, you're right. Nobody told them to sign them,
Yeah.
and now they are basically
Like
paying the price
People
for
defending
their
WWE's practice. People are
idiocy.
defending WWE releasing all these people like these people like WWE were told to sign like by their shareholders you got to sign these people. No.
Oh no.
No.
And I don't think anybody's defending them in that case where it's like, oh well, the thing is, this is basically the consequences of their not so smart actions. At the end of
You
the
said what
day,
time does it start? 8 o'clock? 8
yeah,
p.m.
you ate, and so now you have to suffer from that. And so this is the result, and it's not going to be pretty. A lot of people that we enjoyed watching are going to have to find a new place.
So
Now is what it,
the
yeah,
answer
right.
is 2 p.m. on it's 8 p.m. for him is 2 p.m. for us. So yeah. So yeah. Starts at 8 p.m.
All right, cool. So it's just something that it's a domino effect.
Yeah.
And so now you see that now you're gonna have people that you want to bring back. They're not gonna want to come back now.
No. Why would they?
So again,
If anybody
this
that
is
got
WWE's
released,
fault.
if anybody got released that does come back and all power to them, I'm not gonna shame them. Well, why would I? Why would I do that?
I
But
mean, the money's good.
I know I'm not denying that, but I'm saying like it puts like if you do what Zelina did, which I still was gave me a bad taste in my mouth with her. You left, you got released, we started preaching unionization until you got resigned. And then now you don't talk about it. Because for obvious reasons. But still, like don't do that. You know what I mean?
But like AJ, he already said, look, there were some things that went down that I wasn't too proud that I didn't like, and I stood my ground. But I'm not going to go out here and bash them. I'm going to be professional about it, and I still watch. He even said, "Look, I'm not telling anybody to stop watching. I still watch now."
Taya was not having it.
But Taya's one of those ones that if she comes back, then I see no problem with people saying, "Look, you kind of look kind of weird doing that."
Like Taya was like, she was.
Thanks, man.
Oh yeah, I don't know why I said PM. Yeah, but yeah, Taya, she was saying like some.
You know what? I still have a problem with what Ty said though, because Ty signed after the first set of mass releases.
That is weird. She said, "Let me see what she
I mean,
said."
in all honesty, it was an emotional statement.
Yeah,
She was speaking off emotions, and sometimes your emotions will have you saying things that you probably wouldn't have said if you were thinking of on your feet. And sometimes they need a hug. If someone's going to argue you with emotions, just give them a hug. Thanks, Brian Sharp. But that's all I got, dog. I need to go ahead and get out of here because I got to get myself ready for tomorrow.
by the way, uh, Johnny was Johnny Mundo, as he was called when he was wrestling for AAA. He held all those belts at the same time. He was the AAA Mega Champion.
So he was the Bobby Lashley of AAA.
He was the Mega Champion, the Cruiserweight Champion, and the Latin American Champion of AAA all at the same time.
So he was the Bobby Lashley AAA.
Yeah, here's a picture of it.
A
Because in Impact, he was World Champion, Global Champion, and X Division Champion.
yeah.
So yeah. So yeah.
All right, I'm about to hop out of here. Peace,
Yeah.
love, and pop starts, and always drink
Peace.
water.
That too. Also, support your local unions. Support your workers.
Support your
Unions.
local independent wrestling companies as well, dog.
That too.
I'm going to VCW.
All right.
You can tag along if you want to.
I think about it.
I haven't been in well over 2 years, so I'm gonna go see my boys. The Golden Pinky Society. You got to
All right.
meet one half of the Golden Pinky Society Wednesday.
Yeah, I saw him.
King Benjamin Banks, the man that helped me get as small as I am now. I need to continue to get smaller. But with that being said, I'm out of here. Y'all be easy.
Peace.